to go.
I think that's the wrong Green Hill Zone song.
Hey, I like it. It's a little more advanced here.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
That was our new little intro there, in case you couldn't tell. So, it's going to be an interesting day. We got a couple interesting things to talk about specifically. What's up, Tom?
Turn it up.
Turn it up.
Turn it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello?
There we go. Sorry about that. So, yes, today it's going to be an interesting day. We got a couple, that was our new intro song if you couldn't hear us before.
Yes.
And we've got a couple interesting things to talk about, a couple new developments in our lives. And then we need to go over. And
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
that's, of course, we'll always have your news here. Like today we're going to be talking about your movie and show news as well as, I don't know what Tom's trying to say, as well as Nintendo news, you know, your nerd vocab, your video game news, and then your
I think he can't hear you.
Tom's
Yeah, I think he can't hear you.
dancing.
Yeah.
Probably coming in. This is great.
All right, here we go.
Things at one time.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Well, tell me about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I knew. It was supposed to be different. It was supposed to be softer, but that was a bit.
We are professional.
Oh, yeah. No, this is our first time back in the Standard studio after the break because, well,
This studio wasn't working.
it was having a problem.
All right, so let's let's clear the air. Let's clear the air real quick. As our loyal listeners, if you've been listening, we've teased like, yeah, we're gonna go into a new studio. We're gonna do all that stuff. That is still happening. If we're moving over to the
ATC,
studio,
yes, at some
ATC
point.
or the A studio.
The Advanced Technology
Right.
Center.
If we go over to the A studio, I mean, I like the A studio. I don't have a problem with it, but
Yeah, which if you
moving-
tuned in last week to the video, that's where we were. That's what place where it was
but
filmed.
we could just do that every now and then. As
We
like a
could, you're
little
right.
Special.
Yeah.
Like just, you know, every now and then change things up. Another thing is, I know Jeremy has gotten, he's putting on his big boy pants, going out there, getting a job, and
Possibly. We'll have to see what happens if I actually get the position, because we may have to leave the show at that point, because I'll be working on Fridays.
yeah.
Or we'll figure out a different time to come in and film.
I
So
can
if
do
you
that.
want to be Jeremy's replacement, go on. I'm messing.
Bring it, the fight to the death.
Oh, goodness.
I am
Well, anyway,
prepared.
we do have our news once again. Let's go over quickly what we're going to be talking about today. We have a bunch of movie news, including some very sad news that happened this week.
way too much of that.
Way too much. January has been very difficult.
Yeah.
Conspiracy.
Yeah. Well, no. But then we have Nintendo news, as usual,
Yay.
our nerd vocab, some video game news, and some kind of technology news.
Some kind of technology new.
Yes. Yes, we're talking about two little technology things that are really interesting. And we'll probably highlight some weird stuff that made an appearance at the Consumer Electronics Show recently.
I was.
Woo, man. That was interesting.
And I'm seeing a potential Nintendo logo, so there you go.
Yeah, yeah.
Talk about that one.
But anyway, let's get into Star Wars.
Yes.
Oh boy, we haven't ever talked about Star Wars ever.
Yeah. Well,
Ever.
okay. This is the fella for Star Wars Episode 9, not for 9, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nine.
Not 8. 9.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is not the most recent next director, but the one after that.
I would have thought they would have kept JJ on the project, but I guess
Nope.
not.
Nope.
Why?
He was just there to bring it back. I don't know why.
Well, even the original trilogy had different directors.
This is true.
So, I mean, it's nothing new.
No, that is true. Yep. Nothing new. It's weird, but nothing new. But anyway, there's this petition online that is asking him to leave the project. His name is Colin Trevorrow, like tomorrow, but with a V and an R added in there. But he's responding to the petition. he remains undeterred, telling Entertainment Tonight that he will do his best to keep creator George Lucas's spirit alive in the film, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Some of it's good, and it's the
some of it's
remasters
not,
that are
yeah.
the issues.
According to the petition, which is still available to see on change.org, fans are asking the studio to remove him and replace him with Lucas instead. Hashtag not surprised.
No. No.
However, Lucas has said time and time again that he's not interested in returning to the series.
Hey, he sure threw a fit last week about it, though.
Yes, he did.
I don't want to do it, but I don't like what they're doing.
Yeah, but Trevorrow went on to say that he just wants to embrace the same kind of invention and creativity that he brought to it, which I understand. So.
Fair enough. I mean, we're probably going to have a lot of Star Wars stuff over the year and just...
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have a
there's so much.
yeah.
Disney's basically doing to Star Wars what they did to Marvel. So there's going to be multiple movies every year and just...
Well, it's going to be like, here's a blank check, do what you want.
Pretty much.
I hope so.
Speaking of directors, Jeremy,
yes.
how about you talk about Guillermo del Toro? And there's
Good old Guillermo del Toro.
he's got a lot going on.
Yeah, actually he does. It's, he's set to develop and potentially direct an adaptation of the children's book series, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, for CBS Films. I'm actually not familiar with that book.
I am. I
Same.
checked it out a whole lot from my school's library when I was in elementary
So
school.
it's probably more your age group.
It is.
Deadline notes it's unclear where the project falls in the filmmaker's busy schedule, which includes the Fantastic Voyage remake and apparently still kicking Pacific Rim sequel. Written by Alvin Schwartz and illustrated by Stephen Gamel, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark is a horror anthology that draws heavily from folklore and urban legends. The 1981 first volume was followed by sequels in 1984 and 1991.
Yes.
Actually kinda was my age group.
It was a very popular book to check out for fourth and fifth graders and middle schoolers at my old school. Yeah, it was always out. Always. Everyone wanted to read it. Every Halloween, though, the teachers would check them all out and loan them to each other and just have it go around the school so then they can read them during October. But it was really, really cool. Also, he's set to potentially do Tales from the Crypt, if we remember correctly.
Oh, okay. I thought it was someone else that was doing that.
Is it? Is it Del Toro? I thought it was Del Toro.
Tales from the Crypt? No, that
No,
was...
it's M. Night Shyamalan.
Shyamalan.
Yeah, I'm about to say that was the twist.
Shyamalan.
M. Night Shyamalan. M. Night Shyamalan. Shyamalan.
I like making
Which
fun of his
I
name.
heard. Is that on the news? But like,
Yeah.
if M. Night Shyamalan's doing that, everybody's like, "Oh yeah, he'll be fine." I'm like, why? But then I was like, "Oh yeah, he did that, The Visit or whatever." And that
Yeah,
was
The Visit
apparently
was pretty good. Yeah.
It's like,
I haven't seen The Visit, but I mean, his older work I did like. I mean, of course, everybody knows, like, was it Unbreakable and now I'm just blanking on the other one.
I don't know. I don't
Never
know.
mind. All right. Apparently everybody doesn't know. I just blanked
he
on the
did
name.
Sign.
No, he did that one, The Village.
Where you see dead people.
No,
No, not The
that.
Village one. I'm just saying that's the one I
Yeah.
remembered.
But no, those are two kind of horror-esque things that I was familiar with as a child that are now coming back and being rebooted in a way. And then also, same guy, Shyamalan. Did I pronounce that correctly this time?
Yes.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Good job.
Shyamalan. He's also trying to do Avatar 2, which makes me
No.
want to cry.
No,
Cry.
veto.
Well, as a little
Try.
add-on just for other little horror movies that came out of the blue, I mean, we don't even have it in the news in here, but J.J. Abrams just surprised everyone and said, in like the next month or so, Cloverfield 2 is coming out. It's already done. He completely filmed it under a different name, under everything else, and people went to go see a movie the other day, and bam, there's the trailer coming out in like a month.
Huh.
So Cloverfield 2 is coming.
And from way out in left field comes J.J. Abrams with a very, very shaky camera.
Very shaky camera.
Yeah.
And this is cool. Now we're getting into the Marvel stuff. Channing Tatum's Gambit finally starts filming in New Orleans this March.
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
So they call it Hollywood South. And it's according to WGNO.
Never heard that.
The X-Men solo film was supposed to begin filming back in November, but those plans were put on hold when director Rupert Wyatt unexpectedly bowed out of the project in September. After a couple of months, 20th Century Fox hired Doug Liman, who did Born Identity, Edge of Tomorrow, to helm the project.
that's
Kinda
actually good.
Yes, that's good.
At least for the action parts.
To give you a little bit of background on the characters for those of you listening who are not familiar with the character Gambit,
Who is it?
His name is Remy LeBeau. That's Gambit's actual name.
Mon ami.
So it's played by Tatum. And his family comes from a guild of thieves. He's a master thief capable of stealing your wallet and your heart with his endless charm.
Wow.
Yes.
My heart. I'm
Yes,
just kidding.
and
So sappy.
actually, this is kind of cool because I didn't know this. I knew that Lea Seydoux, who's from Spectre, is playing Belladonna Boudreaux, and I was like, wait a second. This is the girl that's a childhood friend of Remy's, and in the comic series, she belongs to a family of a rival guild of assassins. And in order to unite the guilds, there's an arranged marriage between the two. And I was like, oh man,
Saucy.
I wonder if they're going to include that.
See, the whole love triangle thing would be a little bit weirder now, though, because they can't include Rogue. Because
Right.
she's a completely different character at a different time.
Yep.
And
And we can't forget his thing with Storm either.
that wasn't a real big one, though. Rogue is the one that everybody
It had
remembers.
it was over a couple issues of the comics, and it had a very weird couple of episodes, TV movie episodes that were part of the X-Men series where,
Animated series? Mm-hmm. Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Go back and look at that because I've got those.
Yep, I remember watching them, and I remember there was vampires involved, which I am pretty
Oh, yeah, that was
Why is
a
there
whole different thing.
Always
Yep.
vampires in New Orleans. Now I think about that. Like,
I have two words for you, and
Wet
rice.
ground. Easy to get out of the ground.
And rice.
I guess so.
And rice.
Because I remember in
Yes.
Infamous 2 when they were doing the fake New Orleans pretty much. Like, there's like, oh yeah, here's the vampire thing. Like, huh? What? That's so left field. Why?
And rice. That's why. That's all her fault.
Okay, darn you, Anne Rice.
And
All right.
here's the sadness.
Yeah,
It's so sad.
you get this one.
Guys, so Alan Rickman, one of the best loved and most warmly admired British actors in the past 30 years, passed away earlier this week. His death was confirmed. Actually, he passed away yesterday morning or late Wednesday evening. It was confirmed.
If I could play sound effects, I'd play the do 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 do.
Yeah. Okay. No.
Sorry.
It was confirmed on Thursday by his family. He said that he died surrounded by family and friends. He'd been suffering from cancer. He was 69 years old. His roles feature. He was in the Die Hard films. He was very popular as Professor Snape in the Harry Potter films. Cast and crew from almost all the movies that he's been in have paid tribute to the actor. In a lengthy post, though, Daniel Radcliffe wrote that Rickman was one of the greatest actors that he would ever work with, as well as one of the loyalist and most supportive people that he's ever met. Goodness, there are so many different tributes going on. And then even before that, we also lost David Bowie, who also passed away after a long battle with cancer. He was also 69 years old. And it was a little much for 1 week.
Yeah, speaking of New Orleans, I think some voodoo's happening here with all the. Now it's a thing. Everybody's like, okay, this person's 69, this person's 69.
As my friend Keegan said on Facebook earlier, I feel like someone's doing a very specific voodoo spell, and I'm not happy with the backlash. I laughed.
Damage.
I laughed at that more than I should have, admittedly, but it's very sad, and we lost two greats this week, and 2016 is off to a rough start. Death needs to calm down. I don't want 2016 to be written by George R.R. Martin. Do not want that at all.
If I don't seem as distraught or sad,
This is not the year to buy a red shirt.
both my parents work in a funeral home, and so I've had to be in a funeral home growing up. So that explains some things. Take that as you will.
Okay, that actually makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, death. Yeah, I've seen that
No,
before.
so watch your favorite Alan Rickman film. Listen to your favorite David Bowie album. We're actually going to
speaking of,
play some David Bowie coming up right here during the break because David Bowie's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep, next up we'll have your Nintendo news. As we come back from the break, the David Bowie song we're going to play is Changes, which I'm sure everyone is familiar with.
Changes.
Time
Yes.
to make a change. We're just going to sing it.
Okay,
No.
no.
Okay. Oh, well. All right, we'll be right back here on the Nerd Edification Hour on Alternation Radio.
And we are back here on the Nerd Edification Hour on Alternation Radio. So, yeah, this is definitely going to be Nintendo news coming up right here. For whatever reason, my headphones have quit working.
I can still hear you.
That's
So-
interesting.
Yeah, I can't hear anything either.
Wow.
All right. So,
Well, I guess y'all are deaf now.
Oh, I guess I'm back now. Weird.
Ooh. All right.
cool.
So, in case you didn't know, Pokken Tournament is going to be coming up in the spring, which I'm super excited for. And they've announced, like, not just 2 new characters, they announced, like, 3.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
Garchomp and Braixen have been revealed as fighters in the Pokken Tournament. Interesting thing about
trying to remember what those
Braixen,
are.
though, Braxton's a mid-evolution, but everybody else has been like the last tier evolution, like 3rd tier and stuff.
Pikachu's middle one.
This is just over my head.
Mewtwo's a legendary.
Yeah, Mewtwo doesn't count. Pikachu, was originally just.
He's a first stage, because baby stages aren't considered a first stage. They're considered the baby
Don't you
stage.
take my Pichu.
So, yeah, it's weird. So, Pikachu is considered first stage, but Braixen is considered second stage. So, in case you don't know Braixen is like a little magical fire fox thing that she has a stick that's on fire that shoots
Right,
fire. I
right.
don't know. There. And then,
It comes out on March 18th.
yeah, March 18th. And
Was it Chandelure?
Yeah, very
Chandelure.
recently they announced Chandelure of all the Pokemon.
Well, they've already had some that, are on 4 legs. They don't have arms. This one has no limbs at all. It's a chandelier.
Yeah, 'cause it's a ghost chandelier.
Yeah, move over
It's
Tekken with
just
your
like-
raptor and kangaroo and panda bear. We've got a chandelier.
I know, right? It's a chandelier with a face. Like, how does that? I don't. It's a very interesting and creative change, but I
Magical is
personally
what it
still
is.
want to see Gallade. Oh my gosh, please, for the love of God, put Gallade in there. He's perfect.
Keep your hair on.
I just want to see the giant whale because they keep him in scale.
Oh my
It
gosh.
just starts up, boom, just lands on him.
So just a Wailord just comes out of the
That's
sky,
a Wailord.
drops on the stage.
That's one of the favorite Pokemon to call in for the old Pokemon stadiums in the N64. You'd take all these little tiny Pokemon, all of a sudden, Wailord.
If you've played like XD Gala Darkness or whatnot, there's this one
How
trainer.
do you carry that around?
There's this one trainer. He's like, I like tiny Pokemon, and then I also like very big Pokemon. So he has like a cast form because it's like a double battle, and then he has a Wailord. And the Wailord compared to the cast form is just
Oh, Lord. It's like a pixel and a sprite.
it's a monster.
So, moving on from that hilarity. 2016 marks the 20th anniversary of the Pokemon franchise, and Nintendo and Pokemon Company are poised to celebrate the occasion in a big way. In a recent promo video, the Pokemon Company announced some of their plans for the anniversary. They will be releasing Pokemon, the collectible card game Generations, a special expansion to the Pokemon trading card game, as well as Pokemon Mythical Pokemon Collections, which will feature a different promo card each month. Pokemon Company will also be releasing digitally remastered versions of Pokemon the first movie, Pokemon Movie 2000,
Yes.
Pokemon 3, the movie on iTunes, Google Play, and Amazon Instant Video. They've also announced they were releasing a line of 20th anniversary merchandise on the online store, including hats, playing cards, mugs, and more. That's a lot.
Yeah.
So
I'm not even done
so
yet.
much.
Yeah, we're not.
They also promoted the new games that they'll be releasing in 2016. Pokemon Go for mobile, Pokemon Tournament for Wii U. Also, starting in February, Pokemon Company were distributing a different event-exclusive Pokemon species each month. These distributions will run from the 1st until the 24th of their respective months. Most of them will be available through online distributions, but 4 of them will be available exclusively at GameStop.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you gonna? All right. Here's the thing. You announce them, right? And you just. Well. All right. Good.
All of the
Okay.
Pokemon will be available, and level 100.
Yay.
And they
Yeah,
can
we
be
level 100.
in X, Y, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Complete list of distribution will be February. It'll be Mew from GameStop.
got it.
March will be Celebi.
Got it.
From Nintendo Network. April is Jirachi.
Got it.
May is Darkrai.
Got it.
Oh, wait, Jirachi.
Got 5 of those. I got like
Jiraiya's
5 of them.
Nintendo Network. Darkrai is GameStop.
Yeah.
June is Manaphy.
Don't got it.
Nintendo Network. July is Shaman.
Don't got it.
Nintendo Network.
Yep. August will be Arceus.
Don't got it.
GameStop. September is Vicenti.
Got it. Victini.
Victini, whatever.
At Nintendo Network.
Yep.
October is Keldo. Keldio.
Keldeo.
Keldio.
Don't got it.
Wow, Nintendo Network. November is Genesect.
Got it.
From GameStop. And lastly, December is Meloetta.
Don't got it.
From Nintendo Network.
Yeah, finally get, and then once I get all these though, I'll pretty much have all the legendary Pokemon at my disposal.
Well, aren't
Until they release
you
more of them like next week or
special?
something.
Except for, no, I got Hoopa. That's right, I did get Hoopa.
Hoopa.
I got Hoopa at McDonald's.
There's a lot of Pokemon stuff coming out. It's just ridiculous.
Right, well, it's like,
Okay, so
got way too
moving
excited.
right along.
I just feel like that guy in Pokemon movie 2000 is like, I would have all the Pokemon.
Isn't that pretty much the idea of all of them? Because you have to catch them all.
You gotta catch them all.
That is
Exactly.
I just
true.
want all the legendaries, that's all I want.
So on February 18th, the 19th annual DICE Awards will honor former Nintendo president Satoru Iwata with a posthumous Lifetime Achievement Award. Iwata accomplished many great feats in his career, both as a programmer and a CEO. This prestigious award will celebrate his countless contributions to the gaming industry over the years, and this event will mark the first time that this honor will be bestowed posthumously. Previous recipients include the father of the PlayStation, Ken Kutaragi. And
Good old Crazy Ken.
Yeah. And former Nintendo of America chiefs Minoru Arakawa and Howard Lincoln.
Good old
Yeah.
Howard
Wow,
Lincoln.
it's Howard Lincoln. Here's an English name. Wow.
He was actually quite instrumental in the earlier years of Nintendo. So,
All right, well, so there's that. So that's pretty cool that Satoru Iwata's getting recognized.
He so deserves it, though.
Oh, yeah.
I would say so.
Wow, it's a lot of death within the past couple months.
Oh, yeah, you're telling me.
That's part of life.
It is.
Yeah, and as I mentioned before, I know all about that.
But,
so
you know, it is sad, and
More than I realized.
there are certain people that you expect to be around forever, and then they're suddenly not.
How old is Miyamoto?
I don't know.
well, oh my gosh, please don't.
Don't say that.
Please don't.
I just.
Don't even.
Does he have his
suggest
Pikmin
that.
with him? Does he?
Oh gosh.
A little army of Pikmin.
Copy his copy his brain.
And hey,
Onto the 64
tell
disk
us
drive.
tell us about some Zelda.
All right, so
Zelda.
Zelda, you mean that guy with the green hat? Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I want to hurt people. So another change has been spotted in the Twilight Princess Zelda HD remake, which a lot of scans went out on the internet a couple days ago.
Yeah, from a Japanese magazine called Famitsu.
Yeah, they leak a lot of stuff. They do that.
Well, they come out a lot earlier there.
yeah,
So.
I guess that makes sense.
It's
so,
just the name of the game.
So, as we all know, or at least who those of us who have played Twilight Princess, holding on to like rupees, rupees were a bit of a problem because you only could carry 1,000, and you'd fill them up.
And especially when you got that one bit of armor that every time you
The
used
magic
it,
armor?
Yeah, it used rupees. So
It just went
Yeah.
bye bye.
Yeah.
But the scan showed that the at least as of right now, the rupee capacity has been increased to showing Link having like 2,000 rupees.
hooray!
And it didn't seem capped either, because I know when you capped it would change to green, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Yep.
It wasn't green.
Nintendo can count to 2,000 now.
Yay!
Well, a lot of that was actually based on the code. If they were, if they had the rupees set in like for hex and things like that, you're only allowed so much space
Yeah.
for that to count up to. So now they have more room on the disk. They can expand it and just put a larger amount on there. The processors can handle all that.
And
And
speaking of more room on the disc and stuff like that,
yes.
yeah.
The Wolf Link amiibo included with the retail copies of The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD will unlock a new dungeon in the game called the Twilight Cave.
What does that mean? Where is it? We don't know.
Well, it's obviously in the Twilight, but
Maybe.
I got to go with him on that one. An Amazon France listing has leaked. The retailer has now removed description read to unlock bonuses with The Legend of Zelda amiibos. Tap all the amiibos for the Zelda series to unlock bonuses in the game, such as regenerating your life or getting arrows for your bow. The new Wolf Link amiibo even allows you to go into a new dungeon, the Twilight Cave. The data recorded in this amiibo can even be transferred to the next episode on Wii U. Nintendo has yet to officially announce what functionality the Wolf Link amiibo will have with the game.
Essentially, I'm going to spend the next several months just kind of grabbing Zelda amiibos when I can. Because I'm going to have the Wolf Link one. I need Zelda.
I've already got them all.
I know you do. I need Link, and I need Ganon.
Yep.
Yeah.
And is that it?
Do you have Toon Link?
No.
Toon Link.
Okay, did they have a Sheik one yet?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and Sheik.
Yeah. Sheik, Zelda, Ganon, Link, Toon Link, and then we're going to have the Wolf one.
So a total of 6.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Oh, also, going off the rails here, I just remembered regular Mewtwo was also revealed as a playable character instead of Shadow Mewtwo.
That's
So
true. And
If
Pokemon-
you're just like, I don't want to play as the cool looking Shadow Mewtwo, you just play as normal Mewtwo, which, speculating, I know Shadow Mewtwo turns in like his Mega X form, which is like his fighting.
Yeah.
And then so I'm going to guess like his normal form is going to change to his Y Mega Evolution when he goes.
Maybe. I know they
burst.
were doing that one where it had the special amiibo card that came with it that you could unlock it right away.
Yeah,
otherwise,
I pre-ordered it. So
otherwise, it was like a secret character that you would just unlock later on. But with the Wolf Link amiibo, some people were kind of upset because you have to have this amiibo in order to get into that part of it.
Why would you be upset? It's
Well,
cool.
They're saying it's on disc DLC, is what some people are complaining about. But this is not the first time Nintendo's done this. If you remember back at the Game Boy to Game Boy Color days with Link's Awakening. There was a dungeon in that game in the DX version that you could play it normally on a Game Boy, but you could not play this dungeon unless you had the newer hardware. You had to have a Game Boy Color in order to access it because the whole dungeon was based on colors.
Huh.
So that's kind of the thing. Like, they've redone this game, but now that you have to have this to play it on Wii U, they could add a whole new like parts with the gamepad or other stuff to it. So we don't know what they're going to do with it. But unlike normal DLC, all three of us are probably going to get Twilight Princess, but say you don't get the amiibo. Well, you could just borrow one of ours, we can bring it over so you can just unlock it without having to pay a bunch extra.
Yeah,
So that's kind of nice.
Like an extra dungeon, I wouldn't be too upset about missing. Although if they were to say, "Oh, here's a new playable character," instead, it's like, wait a minute.
Well,
That's a
that
pretty-
additional dungeon, you don't know whether that additional dungeon is going to include story content. You don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of balancing that line where
kind of extra story you could.
people make a lot
You
of
don't know, but that's the thing.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
people kind of gone back and forth on it. They either want the amiibos not to do anything, but then they feel like they're useless to have, or they could do a bunch of stuff and they think, oh, they're locking everything behind the figures. And it kind of goes both ways on it. It's,
Okay, let's be honest here, guys. People just like to complain.
Oh yeah.
that's right, Rachel.
They do.
All right. Let's
Okay, we're gonna move right along here. What's our next song?
Well, the next David Bowie song we're gonna be playing is "The Stars."
Stars
Are
Are
Out
Out Tonight.
Yes.
One of his, it's from his previous album release or single release before his last one.
Mm-hmm.
It has, actually, fun fact, if you watch the music video, it has Tilda Swinton in it.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so yep, we're gonna play that, and we'll be right back here on the Nerd Edification Hour with your video game and technology news, as well as your nerd vocab. And we'll see you then.
All right. Welcome back to the Nerd Edification Hour here on Alternation Radio HD3. I am Jeremy, and to my right.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Caleb. What's up?
Yay!
Yay.
Jeremy, nerd vocab.
All right, the nerd vocab for this week is DICE, which is the Design, Innovate, Communicate, and Entertain. This is the Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences is proud to honor this year's finest achievements in video games with the 19th Annual DICE Awards, hosted by comedian, podcaster, voice actor, and cartoonist Pete Holmes.
Yes, so since we talked about Satoru Iwata, so we talked about him earlier, we thought
Right.
our nerd vocab should be DICE.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So pretty much just it's an industry-run award show.
It is.
Yeah.
It's really cool. So, Rare Games.
Yes.
Rare Games has always had this unique and wonderful characters, from the ultra rad Battletoads, which was a stupidly difficult game,
Yeah.
to the awesome
No
and
idea.
to the awesome and violent cast of Killer. Many of these characters can be credited to the designs of Kevin Bayliss, also known as the character designer who reinvented Donkey Kong
Yep.
for Rare. So, according to a recent blog post made by Platonic Games, the folks behind the upcoming ukulele, by the way,
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Bayliss has now officially joined them as a character artist after contributing artwork off and on for about 6 months, according to a recent blog post made by them. The timing with Platonic was perfect. After meeting up with the team last year, it became obvious to me that this was something I had to be part of. I hadn't seen some of the Platonic team for almost a decade, but the environment and dynamic they created at the studio felt as though I'd been transported back to the 90s in a good way, according to Kevin Bayliss.
Yep.
So, yeah.
I think it's supposed to be Killer Instinct.
Killer?
It's just
Killer
it's just
Instinct?
Killer.
Well, there was a game called Killers or Killer 7 or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but that was a
Is that
whole
different?
different guy.
I don't know.
That was Suda 51.
Something happened to that text there.
No, this is actually really good because ukulele I am stupidly excited for.
It looks really, really good.
You have the original developers from Rare. I mean, the actual people that made, Donkey Kong Country. They made the Banjo-Kazooie series, coming back to make this beautifully run, designed new game with a lizard and a bat, which is great since they can't do Banjo-Kazooie. Microsoft owns that now. And they even went so far as they got the original guy who did the DK rap is going to make a new
Grant
rap.
Kirkhope.
Yes. Is going to make a new rap for this game as well.
That is beautiful.
So, yeah, and it's coming to everything. It's going to be on Wii U, PC, PS4, Xbox One. So, I'm
Yeah,
really looking forward to that game.
I'm ready for it. Bring it on. It's going to be all the places I'm going to be playing it. It's going to be fun because, drop script. So, let's see.
We're a mess today.
Go ahead, Rachel. What's Sony going on? I know you're all about that Sony life.
Sony. Okay, so this is weird. I'm gonna let y'all know this is super, super, super weird. Sony recently attempted to trademark the term "Let's Play" for reasons completely unknown. But the trademark was, of course, denied.
Good.
Thankfully.
Because that would have been a monster. I bet somebody at Sony was like, let's try it.
I got a crazy idea, boss. Let's see if we could. The YouTube.
The worst thing they could do is say no.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like YouTube. You know that thing that people do on YouTube. What's it called? Let's Plays. Yes, we should try to copyright that so we could get more money.
So
I guess so.
yeah, but Let's Play is an incredibly popular, borderline ubiquitous term on YouTube and elsewhere, like Twitch and other video kind of sites.
Pretty much any of them.
Pretty much any of them. And the company had an opportunity to appeal, but they haven't responded to any requests for comment, which I'm not surprised. Maybe it was a mistake. Maybe it was just a bizarre thing. I don't know. I have no idea.
It's conspiracy.
Sony. You had an excuse when you still had Ken Kutaragi. As soon as you guys got rid of him, you were supposed to just not do these things.
Crazy Ken.
All right, so moving on to clones of Zelda games. Oh, she's shaking her head. I figured it might be stabbed right now or something.
It is. I mean,
It is straight up a clone, but it's a good one.
Yeah,
it's a very good
exactly. The first one is more of a clone than the second one. Which,
Yeah.
believe it or not, it was
actually
only
still have both of them.
Well, it was only called Dark Cloud 2, which is the game we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It was only called Dark Cloud 2 in the States. It was called Dark something
Yeah.
elsewhere, I think in Japan. And we were the only one that got it as a Dark Cloud 2 title. But in any case, Dark Cloud is already on PSN. Dark Cloud 2 comes out, surprise, next week.
January 19th.
January 19th, yeah, to
Wow.
PSN. So I'm actually very excited because PlayStation is in the process currently of putting a bunch of PS2 games on PS4 for emulation.
I still wish they would actually let you use the discs if you had them, though. Because they're making, even if you had them digitally on PS3, you have to buy them again. And
it's,
you have to admit, like with the way it's going for the other two companies, that's really not a good way to do it.
no, it's not. I agree, but
Especially how much they touted back with the PSP and Vita and the PS3, like, oh, buy it digitally, it'll keep going until we make the next system. All right, cool, buy them again. How very Nintendo of them.
pretty much.
And that was not a
Because
compliment.
I was like, I have a bunch of, PS1 games that are digitally through
Yeah, me
my
too.
PlayStation account, and thankfully I didn't buy 7 on there because I recently
did.
I got 7 on the PS4 when it's out now, but the rest of the Final Fantasies aren't out on PS4 yet. But I'm thinking if they get enough backlash, they might be like, oh yeah, whatever, okay, we'll carry over the purchases.
They'll just try and copyright backlash.
Copyright backlash.
Speaking of Final Fantasy, though, last month, the members of the Final Fantasy 15, my game, their community team asked fans to submit and vote on several questions for the development team to answer over the official forums. So today, well, not really today, but last week, I believe, a couple weeks ago, they answered some of those top questions, and it gave us a little further insight into some of the locations in the game, such as Alticia and whether or not there's difficulty modes. Now, here's cool. Here's a cool thing, guys. Alticia has many different and varied locations, such as multiple cafes, a market that's on a ship, like it's floating in water,
Kind of.
parks.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Parks and all that kind of stuff, and that's according to planner Ishikawa Tomonori. The city is of a considerable scale, and it's to the extent that even the developers sometimes get lost. What?
Do it.
Do
it.
What?
Sounds a lot like Xenoblade Chronicles X.
I knew you were going there.
Well, you also have to remember that this game began development far before Xenoblade Chronicles X was even a thought.
Well,
Yes.
This
Still
game has
sounds
been in development so long, it was probably before either one of you guys were a thought.
And roughly 8 years that it's been in development because I've followed it every step of the way.
How old were you 8 years ago?
Young.
Yeah.
But basically, the player is free to take a leisurely walk around the complex maze of streets, or you can ride a gondola to see the sights.
Okay, you can do
And
that.
then there's also added enjoyment to be had looking for
though.
just restaurants to visit. Because when you visit restaurants in the game, this is what they said a while back, if I remember correctly, unless it's changed, that when you go to a restaurant and you order food, you acquire the recipe for that food so that you can make it out in the field.
I wish I could do that in real life.
Yeah.
Just like eat something like, I know how to make it now.
And in addition, if you don't want to wander around aimlessly, I like to wander around aimlessly because you find cool stuff. There's warp points. If you just have a certain location that you want to go to, you can be like, okay, warp to this place.
Oh, like fast travel?
Yes.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, so they
Especially
have a
not
fast
in
travel
the-
system.
Not in
according to
Xenoblade,
them.
Skyrim, and almost everything else.
Yeah. So, but you're bound to encounter something interesting if you wander around, though. But the difficulty mode, though, is selectable, kind of in battle. I noticed you didn't put this on there.
Kind of an
Yes.
adjustable or scalable one in real
Yeah,
time.
it's adjustable, I believe, in a real time. So when you're,
Yeah.
you can select it at the beginning, but say, for example, that you die 1,000 times on one boss fight, the game's going to be like, yeah, okay.
that sounds like
You?
Well, there's other
No.
games that do. I mean, adjustable difficulty so people can actually enjoy a game and play through. I used to make fun of it a little bit, but as you know, finishing college, trying to get work, doing the show, plus with my family and everything. If I get stuck on something like that, it can just be the end of me playing a game because I just don't have time to fight with something that long. So if it's adjustable, I can just tone it down a little bit, go through it, and then turn it back up, and continue the story. I'm all for that, actually. I mean, not everyone has that much free time like my kids.
Yeah, exactly. I've always been. I'm not one of those folks that will play the game on normal or hard the first time around. I play it on easy because I want to experience the story. If I want to play it again and get like some better gear, some better et cetera, I'll play it harder then.
I usually try and play it on normal because that's how I always feel like this is how this is the game they wanted to put out.
Right.
They have an easier one for people that don't have the time or the ability to play it, and then they have the more difficult ones for people that I just don't understand. So,
I know a few people like that.
so do I.
So do we have another song coming up, Kilmer? We're just gonna go right on ahead.
No, we usually just go on ahead.
All right.
Okay, well, this is an
Do this.
interesting
But
one.
I do want to say, though, I'm just in the process of, trying to play through the story of Xenoblade right now, and just want to say, had an awesome boss fight last night. It was amazing. I'm not going to spoil it all, but it was just like, oh, this is so epic.
I haven't even scratched the surface because I was
I
out
know
of
you
town
haven't.
for so long.
Yeah, I finally got to sit down and play it for 2 hours last night, and it was great.
My
You were?
parental
You should tell
units, my parental
Helped you.
units are currently
It was a rough night.
at my house. So, yeah, I haven't been able to play it because it's connected to the main TV. Yeah, but they got a new travel trailer, guys. A
Oh,
new
that's
one.
cool.
It's really awesome.
But yeah, so
Huge.
far I would definitely give Xenoblade like a 58 out of 10 because it's almost beyond perfect, or maybe even a 98 out of 10, just because it's almost beyond.
It has a
perfect.
couple issues,
got
but
a
it's been a
couple
lot of
issues.
fun.
Yeah, just a couple though. but
I'm gonna face
really.
palm.
Now, if it was Final Fantasy Xenoblade, she'd be all over it.
Oh, she'd give it like 1,000 out of 10.
No,
'cause-
guys, I'm just gonna let you know when 15 does come out, you won't see me for days. But,
Oh, Lord.
Are you gonna be like that one guy who started suing
Actually-
Bethesda because he
Well, yeah.
was addicted to Fallout 4? Apparently,
What we should do is just start referring to Xenoblade Chronicles XV. She'll be happy.
guys, I gotta ask you a question.
Okay.
What's better than an LG TV? OLED TV?
That will be two of them.
Put together
Back to back.
like a book.
it's like a TV sandwich.
Yes.
I actually could use this.
Yes. So, having already vowed consumer electronics audiences with its rollable newspaper-like OLED panel.
Yeah, I
the
want that too.
Yeah. LG Display Today also gave us a look at some of its other quirky innovations. Among them is a 55-inch dual-view flat screen, which is actually two separate displays spliced together so that there's no actual back. Both sides display video. That might be an interesting thing to have
That's-
here at the station, come to think of
Well,
it.
no, this is what I thought about. Think about this. We're building the theater room at my house, and we're going to have the TV mounted on the wall and so forth. We could take that, put it on a table right in the center, and actually put couches all the way around it, so you could do, multiplayer games or just completely different games on each side of it for different things. So it could completely revolutionize like game rooms and things like that.
And you know what's interesting? The whole
Yes.
thing is just 4.9 millimeters thick.
Oh yeah, it's
thin.
They're going to get to the point they have to like stop because they have to still be able to plug stuff into it.
No, it's not powered normally. It's powered by your mind.
It's powered by my wallet.
That too.
All right, so this last one is an interesting one here. And
It's
this kinda-
ridiculous.
this is right up my alley. Faraday Future's ridiculous 1,000 horsepower electric concept car, the Faraday Future, California-based electric car company that's been operating in stealth mode for the past year and a half, made its first big splash on the eve of CES this week with the unveiling of the FF01.
Which, yes, that is the name is based off the F-Zero games from Nintendo. Yes, just in case you didn't know, but there's a reason
Did they
why.
admit to that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. But otherwise, Nintendo's like, hey, we're gonna have a talk
No, I think they're fine with it.
because
Yeah,
they
that's fine.
actually did get the copyright on that.
Yeah.
It's a high-performance concept car. The sinewy machine looks more appropriate for a racetrack than a city street thanks to a claimed 1,000 horsepower, a 0 to 60 time under 3 seconds, and a top speed of over 200 miles per hour.
And this thing looks ridiculous.
Like, I'm
oh my
scared
gosh.
to even get in this car. Like, do I barely touch the gas pedal? It is just like, oh, I'm in Canada.
Well, there's already cars that'll reach those specs, but I need to look and see what this thing looks like. Of course, those are purely theoretical numbers since this is just a concept, though the company teases that it could see limited production.
Oh, great.
Basically,
All
this
millionaires.
is a rich person's car,
Pretty
and
much.
only a rich person's car.
But it still looks cool, Jeremy. If you
But
go,
if it counts as a Nintendo thing, then I have to get one.
if you
Well,
Sorry,
start,
kids, I'm selling you.
start saving.
If you're listening, pack your stuff.
but yeah, just look at it. It looks pretty awesome.
I'm pretty sure your wife just face palmed and shook her head at the same
She's
time.
too asleep right now.
She did it in her sleep.
I woke up because I slapped myself. I don't know what happened.
Has she started reading that book, by the way?
Yeah, I think she's almost done with it.
Oh my goodness.
That's why I sent you her number. I was like, you two just talk, and I'm just going to end up paying for books.
Wow.
And I wasn't kidding. A complete side note. Rachel had a book series she's reading that she was telling me about, and my wife is the most avid reader of anything I've ever seen. Only my kids come close to it. All of them have Kindles, and they use them religiously. Because if we didn't, my house is already full of video games. It would be pushed out and overrun by the books she has. They are in the thousands, and she's read almost every one of them. It's ridiculous. But Rachel popped up and told me about a new series, so I'm sitting here going, okay, I bet you by the time I tell her this, within a couple minutes, she'll already have it. And before I could even text Rachel to tell her I told her about it, she already bought the book and had it. And my kids just texted me, apparently they're listening. Yes, selling you, yes.
Okay,
Nice.
So guys, remember how we mentioned that January has been really, really bad for deaths? Actor Bob Denver just passed away. Gilligan from Gilligan's Island.
Huh.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
What?
Goodbye. I'm done.
Skipper.
I'm done.
Wow.
I'm done.
Wow, okay, that's... Are we just going to cap the year off like Death has died?
Death.
He just
Death-
wanted to
Death
go out
is
on a high note. He's taking you all with him.
God, his numbers must be really great right now.
It must be people lining up down at the boat.
Oh,
Or-
good Lord.
across the-
I have no idea.
It's
But
an
no.
infinite tour.
Oh, gosh. But yeah, that's our show today.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
good way to bring that one down, Rachel.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Good-
It
good
just
job.
popped up on my news feed, and I was like, oh, God.
So don't forget, if you want to keep in touch with us, keep track of where we are, if you want to be a stalker or whatnot, go ahead, do all the social things like at Nerd Edification. That's a Twitter account I manage. I usually post things, usually videos or streams I'm doing. Or if you, what are you talking about?
Sorry, he was 70. What is with everyone dying right at that point? Like, what is it with this year?
It's cursed.
You can also find us on Facebook at Nerd Edification Hour. We post on weekdays mostly, and I post the This Day in Nerd History, and it's usually some pretty interesting stuff that I find out.
I like it. Yeah. You can find my stuff over at Zenspath on Twitter, zenspath.com, or you can also find us at Zenspath Podcast on iTunes, which we're still looking to try and bring that back. We've been behind. I've just been doing this show, so why not?
I'm saying once you start your new thing or whatever, who knows? You might not even be.
No, I'll have to do it then.
Oh, really?
We'll figure it out.
He will have
I
no
might.
choice.
He's
I
like,
got to do something. I enjoy this too much.
I just have to talk. I just fit the burst.
That's what I did. I did this for years at a previous job before I went back to school. We built a little studio at the house we worked with, so I'll be back in some way.
And also, if you haven't noticed, if you haven't looked at my Twitter account, I've been live streaming sometimes. Sometimes it'll be Hearthstone. Sometimes it'll be Xenoblade. You could check that channel out. Go ahead and favorite that. That's twitch.tv/strangely entertaining.
Capital S, capital E?
Yeah.
Good.
Capital S, capital E.
And you can find him at the same place on YouTube. Same
Yeah,
name.
pretty much the same
Yeah.
thing. Where I upload
Yep.
little videos.
Hopefully, I'm going to be starting a Twitch thing soon.
Just
Yeah.
Twitch, not YouTube.
Yeah, I'm going to start
Save up
with
on
that.
YouTube.
I'm going to start with that.
I've got some videos on YouTube, but mine is the twitch.tv/Zenspath. I just need to get back in and do that more.
I've been doing it like, hey, hi, I'm bored.
And
Free.
we'll see what I name the channel. I have a few Twitch ideas there.
Probably
It'll be
something
Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, it'll be
we were
15.
kidding.
Nope.
Rachel 15.
Nope.
Rachel X.
Squeenix Love.
Nope.
XV. Squeenix.
Nope. 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 I'll tell you my
It'd be
idea later.
Beetlejuice.
Squeenix Love 15.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. It's this guy. That's exactly what it is.
She's like, hey, folks. Should do that.
You're welcome.
Beetlejuice
Oh,
voice.
God. Yeah.
All right.
So,
Definitely what I would do. Yep.
So, in honor of the Pokemon 20th anniversary, and also I found the song the other day, which I don't know why I didn't have it before, but from the Pokemon movie 2000 comes Lugia's song. It's like the main theme of the entire movie, and it's very beautiful. I bawled like a little baby.
Of course you did.
Because it's a beautiful song, Jeremy. If you haven't heard it, I know you're not a Pokemon person, but
No, I'm a Pokemon person.
Really?
I'm just laughing because that was 2000.
that was 16
20.
years ago.
I was 20.
All right, so on that note, that's what we're going to be playing. And until next week, stay fancy.
Bye-bye.
Peace.